Hello, and welcome to CIMM's 10th annual cross-platform Media Measurement and Data Summit. I'm Jane Clarke, CEO and Managing Director of the Coalition for Innovative Media Measurement, a subsidiary of the nonprofit Advertising Research Foundation. And thanks for joining us for our first virtual summit. Now, we've all heard descriptions of the past year, ranging from a time of accelerated change to a time to make tough decisions. Now at CIMM, we focused on serving our 44 member companies in the new TV data ecosystem who are finding a community to share best practices and increase industry confidence in new forms of measurement. The more members we have, the more we'll be able to do. So tell all your friends to join. And I would also like to welcome our Marketer Advisory Council members who are invited to various meetings throughout the year and help us to prioritize their measurement needs. We welcome any other marketers who want to join. Now, this has been CIMM's roadmap since its launch, and the basic principles and action steps are outlined in our constantly evolving measurement manifesto, which is up on our website. While we've always been focused on solutions for cross-media measurement and bringing more granular data to TV measurement, these goals are now coming together to create new platforms to connect disparate TV and digital data for purposes of planning, activation, and measurement of deduplicated reach, as well as attribution. As is clear from CIMM's work and that of others, there are four main building blocks to create cross-platform video measurement. The first is standardized second-by-second census-like data from smart TVs and set-top boxes that's been combined to create TV content and ad tuning data sets that are as nationally representative as possible. The second is standardized second-by-second digital census data from sites and apps for video content and ads that are delivered and viewable. The third is single source cross-media panels or separate TV and digital panels that can be linked, that can be used to calibrate skews or data that's missing from the larger data sets. And the fourth is a solution for ID resolution to deduplicate reach across all touch points and also to create audience segments, to manage ad frequency and conduct attribution. Now, the industry is making progress in all these areas, but much more work needs to be done as both technical and business challenges remain. So every year at the CIMM Summit, we like to assess how the industry is doing collectively in creating the building blocks. And 2020 was quite a busy year. The MRC published their cross-media measurement standard for viewable impressions and is adding second-by-second duration for ads on all platforms, even including TV, which increasingly is being measured at the spot level, with new forms of dynamic ad insertion and addressability driving this. And Nielsen is even going to move to TV ad measurement within the next year. Now, speaking of Nielsen, they announced Nielsen One this past year, which is their approach to complete cross-media measurement for TV and digital media, with one caveat that it won't be ready until 2024. But realistically, it may take that long to complete some of the building blocks and get agreement from all parties to move ahead. Now, of great significance over the past year or so is that marketers have become involved in cross-media measurement through the World Federation of Advertisers. They published a global framework and technical blueprint, and pilot tests are in planning in the UK through ISBA, their Association of Advertisers, and here in the US through the ANA with support from the MRC and the VAB. Tomorrow, you'll hear a panel about their progress, including a tutorial on the proposed virtual ID solution for secure measurement of deduplicated reach. Additionally, this past year, the IAB Tech Lab launched their project REARC to evolve the digital industry to new ID solutions, anticipating the demise of Apple's IDFA and the death of the cookie. So you'll hear more about ID resolution on tomorrow's program. Additionally, there have been a lot of proprietary efforts to create a range of cross-media measurement solutions and to bring granular measurement to TV. They're from research vendors, and many of whom are CIMM members, but also media companies, MVPDs, and other industry consortia, many of whom are collaborating on sharing first-party data. And we'll hear from some of them on this program. So for our part, CIMM is working through 4 committees. Our attribution committee completed a study to unpack data inputs into TV attribution. Among other findings, we confirmed that standardized and audited spot level ad measurement is definitely needed in TV. Also that combining smart TV and set-top box data improves the accuracy, of the data fed into the ROI analyses. Now, speaking of combining smart TV and set-top box data, just last week, we released our study of best practices, and you'll hear highlights of that tomorrow, along with a panel of experts. And speaking of standards, everyone in this industry knows we need to clean up and standardize the metadata used for naming and describing digital and TV ads and content. We hosted an ARF town hall about this back in October and continue to work with the IAB Tech Lab and the MRC to advocate for ad ID for ads, entertainment ID registry for content, and standardized file formats. Finally, in CIMM's Cross-Media Measurement Committee, we collaborated with EY and their Future of Television initiative to create a design for TV and digital data interoperability and ID resolution that's available on our website. I'll show you a couple of slides from that study to set up the next 2 panels, which includes some of the participants. Note that this design only covers cross-platform TV and premium video. Now, this diagram is known among the Future of TV participants as Adam's Wheel, named after Adam Gerber of Essence, who we'll hear from soon. It shows the fragmentation occurring in the converged TV and digital ecosystem, and that there are about 20 different kinds of inventory available to purchase, but that they're all measured differently. Now, during the confidential interviews conducted by EY, it became apparent that each constituency in the TV ecosystem has different needs, but that all of them center on data interoperability and ID resolution. Additionally, the interviews pointed out that the networks and the MVPDs are all creating solutions for different proprietary universes of inventory, but there isn't a unified end-to-end view for buyers. Now, I won't go into too much detail on this last slide, this decentralized platform design that emerged from the workshop that EY ran, but you can study it more on the CIMM website, and the next 2 panels will discuss it further. To vastly oversimplify it, it calls for standardized TV and digital video delivery data to be processed in a decentralized, secure way so that the data remains under the control of the owner. Additionally, marketers can securely bring their own data to create audience segments. Panel data can be added for calibration purposes. Data are then combined via a secure solution for ID resolution and fed into different applications for planning, activation, and attribution. So this is similar to solutions in development at some measurement vendors now, but it doesn't include the walled gardens necessarily that are central to the ANA's cross-media measurement solution. And this was for a variety of reasons, but partly because this design was started with TV in mind and all the forms of TV. And so the ID resolution is different when addressability happens at the household level, versus at the individual level as in digital media.